Michèle, you say that the qualities needed to drive a car are very suited to a woman.
Yes, sure. To drive a car, what it is, it's to be precise, to be sure, to feel very well your car. This is all woman quality, not special man quality.
What a sort of sensitivity about
Also,
the
sure,
machine.
sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Now then, before we talk to you about a rally, as you as a rally driver, talk to me as a kind of so-called pedestrian in a car, if you see what I mean. That is, you're on the main roads, right?
Yes.
And you're a woman behind the wheel.
Yes.
And you're at the traffic lights.
Yes.
And a man is at the traffic lights.
Yes.
And you pull off faster than him. What happens?
First he's surprised, but next cross light he will try to catch me. But the problem is normally I start before.
Do you get a lot of badgering from men about women being bad car drivers?
Yes, it's true, but I have to say that when I see a man putting the indicator on the left, normally I'm sure he will go on the right. Sure, by tradition, the woman was supposed to stay at home and to have children. But there is no reason now that he cannot change it. And I think we can take the risk as them. The only problem is to like to drive, because if you are not used and if you really don't have it in yourself, I think it's difficult to go on, because it's very hard sport and very difficult to go on. So it's the only reason. I think it's tradition problem, not especially man or woman problem.
Do you think that it is hard, it's a hard sport, whether you're a man or a woman?
Yeah, it is.
To go on. But do you think it's even harder because you're a woman?
Not at all. It's only different way. I mean, a man starts normally very quickly and is as quick that he fall down, you know. A woman is more regular, of course, but on the hand, it's still the same. So it's different way, but still difficult for both.
Have you had a lot of help from men in the sport?
Yes, sure. Yes. Never they was against me.
No?
No, never.
Did they dare to be against you? I mean, once you started to drive well, they couldn't say anything, presumably.
Yes, they start to say that my engine was not was too much power or something like that in the beginning. But I mean now on the top level, you know, still I don't know if they accept it completely, but still they have to, because if I am in front, they have to stay behind. This is the only problem. But I'm sure forever they will never accept it, really.
When you were a little girl of 14, you got into a car and you told me that you could not drive. You did not know a thing about it.
Yeah. For me it was, you know, I was very young. I never asked somebody to teach me. I just said, this car is here, I want to move it. And I did it.
Without any instructions. So
Yes.
what was your first drive like, Michèle?
Not so well, of course, but I like it. I need to drive. It's something I cannot explain, really. It's just the pleasure to move the car, to feel the speed and to go, to kind of freedom, I think so.
When you got into the car and your father saw the car pass the kitchen window in your house, I believe, he thought somebody was stealing the car.
Yes, it's true.
He couldn't believe that his 14-year-old daughter was actually trying to drive it.
Yes, because I didn't ask him to teach me. I just want to do it by myself.
Now, why didn't you ask to be taught?
Because I think this is a character. I want to do it myself. I want to try and to succeed. I cannot explain that. Just I know that. I remember I was 14. That's all.
Yes, but on the other hand, then when you found yourself starting to drive, did you then get instruction? Did you then know that you had to ask somebody else to teach you how to drive that car?
No, I was looking a little bit what they was doing and what I did wrong and tried to, but never. I feel I need to have some lesson. I just want to make progress and to go on like that.
But I mean, that is quite a kind of determined little girl. Were you a tomboy?
Sorry?
Oh, you're Tommy, sorry. Were you quite a cheeky girl? Were you quite a hardy girl? Were you a girl to climb trees and to...
Yes, I like it. I like it in all cases. It's true. This is true. But I can't explain really why I like a car and not something else.
When you did start to like the car, did you then start to like did you want to find out how it was made, what it could do, or were you...
I don't have to say I am interested in technical point and mechanic, but of course with experience you have to, and I learned by myself, and when you have some problem you try to find the way, the solution, and to know for the next time. So, but really, I am not so interested.
When you're driving a car, do you know why you are a good driver? Do you know the kind of thing you do in a car, which presumably, I mean, I drive a car, but I don't necessarily drive very well, like most men, maybe.
Yes, but for us, you know, it's not a question to think about that, because the chronometer thinks for you. I mean, the only problem is the chronometer when we are driving. I mean, in race, it's the only thing will make you to try to go better and better and better, because you want to win, you want to be faster, so you don't have time to think. It's just you have to. It's inside.
But you have to drive and drive and drive. Most of us, if we drive and drive and drive, we start to lose our concentration. We start to not be able to quite drive as well. How do you manage that?
I think at this speed, you know, it's difficult to lose the concentration because you are very quickly out of the road. And of course, you have other competitors with you. And this makes you to stay concentrated all the night, all the day, and so long.
You've been criticised in the press about the fact that if you did a somersault in a car once, I believe. The car turned over.
Yeah.
The car turned over. And you suddenly lost your temper when you got home. Who should blame you?
Yeah.
But now, was that something that men wouldn't have done, and they started to look at you because you'd done it and said, that's a typical woman? Because that's what I read it as.
I think it's a question of character more than a question of man or woman. You know, I know some men who will do the same, and other one, like the Nordic people, will be quiet and calm because they are all the time like that. It's a question of temperament, I think, not a question of woman or man.
So your temperament is to say what you mean, to feel what you mean, and to do it.
I am very Latin for that.
Yes. Has it messed up your life in the sense that you have to travel all the time and you have to be presumably hanging around in airports and in hotels, etc., etc.?
Yeah.
Have you found that a strain on yourself, not having a regular place anywhere?
No, you know, when you decide to do this sport, you know that you have to go because you want it. So if you want it, you have to accept the bad side, I have to say. And of course, it's not very nice to be all the year around the world in the hotel, and sometimes you prefer to be at home. But if you have the very nice side, because I am driving a very nice car in a very good team, and this is a chance for a driver, it's a good opportunity. You have to accept also the bad side.